Dorian Blake, a brilliant but eccentric book hunter and self-confessed bibliomaniac, heads the small firm Blake & Associates Literary Investigations in San Francisco. From their loft-style office on Clementina Street, Dorian and his teammates track missing manuscripts, authenticate dubious discoveries, and navigate a shadow world of collectors, auction sharks, and occult bibliophiles. Each case is a mystery whose solution hinges on deep book lore, forensic bibliography, and treacherous human motives. Ashes of Alexandria. Dorian Blake, Book Hunter, Season 2, Episode 22. Principal cast: Dorian Blake, rare book sleuth, situational ethicist; Mira Patel, conservation chemist and forensic papyrologist; Clara Havelock, covert ops locksmith, field security; Leo Salgado, cyberhound, crypto finance tracker; Inspector Valentina Russo, Interpol art crime, special guest. Episode premise: a soot-flecked papyrus fragment, allegedly rescued from the Great Library of Alexandria, appears at a Dubai Antiquities Fair backed by an NFT smoke seal. The bidding war turns lethal when rival buyers deploy deep-fake papyrology to inflate value and launder petro money. Blake's team must expose the forgery ecosystem before someone kills for a scrap of ash, and in the shadows a rumor stirs of a new power broker called the Curator. Chapter 1. Smoke Seal, Lot 7. Dubai International Antiquities and Metaverse Fair occupied 3 stories of the marina's titanium-ribbed conference atrium, an air-conditioned arc floating above 42 degrees Celsius humidity. Under LED skylights, gilded booths offered everything from Nabatean tomb reliefs to tokenized Babylonian kiln receipts. Dorian Blake paused at booth Delta 23. On a graphene pedestal lay Lot 7, papyrus fragment, 14 by 8 centimeters, Greek script, 1st century CE, char pattern consistent with thermal shock. A translucent overlay projected a smolder animation. Marketing called it a smoke seal NFT. Exhibitor: beaming. Unique dual provenance. Physical carbon dating plus on-chain fire signature. Blake: a digital barcode of combustion. He peered closer. Margins curled inward, ash lines spider-veined. Too perfect. Or an art-directed barbecue. Mira Patel sniffed the case. Smell that? Subtle. Charcoal mixed with gum arabic. Modern restoration adhesive. Behind them, Clara Havelock's earpiece crackled. Leo feeding data from the media lounge. Leo: price already north of 6 million AED. Top bidders: QRI Petroleum Front and a shell tied to Turcom Consortium. Clara: low. Oil money laundering through charred papyrus. Quaint. Blake's phone pinged. Message from Inspector Valentina Russo. Heard you're near Lot 7. Keep eyes peeled. 2 deaths tied to its chain of custody in the last month. Both ruled heat stroke. Dubai police unconvinced. Blake pocketed the phone. Mira, sample the surface reflectance. She lifted a spectro probe from her purse, disguised as a lipstick. Readout: titanium dioxide nanoparticles, modern pigment. Mira: deepfake papyrology, version 5. Uses nano ash to mimic ancient soot. Blake: and the smoke seal NFT provides trust while laundering. Chapter 2. Pre-bid skirmish. In the VIP Sky Suite overlooking the floor, the top bidders converged. QRI Petroleum's Yusuf Al-Khoury, pinstriped thob, Turcom's Selin Yildiz, ice blonde, gem-studded abaya, and Professor Basil Kontos, Oxford papyrologist representing an unnamed benefactor. Blake, wearing a borrowed Fragile Heritage Fund badge, drifted among them. Kontos, adjusting cufflinks. Papyrus cortex shows Ionian letter forms. Only Alexandria's Serapeum stored text in that script. Yildiz. We follow the NFT. They can't counterfeit hashed thermal lattices. Al-Khoury. Oil burns hot enough to erase doubts. Clara whispered. Kontos's benefactor just wired 8 million in stablecoin through a mixer. He's got ghost funding. Blake caught Kontos's eye. What if the fragment is staged? Kontos bristled. Ignorance is loud these days. He turned away. Mira hissed. He knows it's fake and doesn't care. A gong signaled pre-bid registration. Security bots scanned badges. Leo muttered in their ears. I'm in the fair's ledger. Can spoof us as reserve bidders. Do it, Blake said. We need leverage. Chapter 3. Carbon Ghosts. Backstage near freight lifts, Mira located a mobile lab where restorers pre-treated artifacts for display. A tray of burnt papyrus scraps lay atop a dryer. She swabbed. FTIR reading, identical binder to Lot 7. The scraps had been charred today. Mira. Proof they're cooking extras on demand. A tech in goggles entered, startled. Clara blocked exit. Blake flashed a Dubai Heritage Compliance badge forged by Leo moments earlier. Where's your furnace? Under pressure, the tech, an Egyptian named Samir, led them to a cargo container behind the venue. Inside, a laser-controlled kiln smoldered at 450 degrees Celsius next to reams of fresh papyrus and dark pigment vats. Samir confessed, I'm paid by Axiom Curations. They supply antiquities with backstory. They say buyers want narrative. Blake asked, who's Axiom's principal? Samir shrugged. We call him Al-Qayyim, the curator. Never met him. The curator, first whisper validated. Chapter 4. Sudden Ashfall. 10 p.m. Bidding began in the auditorium. Leo, remote in, spoofed Blake's account with a pre-authorized 2 million AED cap. Under gold spotlights, the auctioneer extolled Lot 7, emphasizing its smoke seal NFT, a rotating 3D sigil showing lost to flame found in chain. Opening bid, 500,000 AED. Kontos raised. Yildiz countered. Al-Khoury smirked, jumped to 2 million. Leo advised, stay low, we just need final audit access. At 5.5 million AED, Yildiz hesitated. Kontos leapt to 6. Suddenly, auditorium lights flickered. A hush. Giant screen behind flickered to static, then displayed scanned Greek lines, Lot 7 text, with an overlaid message. Every letter a lie. Fire breeds, fakes. Curator collects truth. Lot 7's smoke seal NFT burned on screen. Hash morphing. Panic murmurs. Auctioneer called security. Mira whispered, that's a live deep-fake detection overlay. Someone's proving the fragment bogus in front of bidders. Blake scanned crowd. On upper deck, a hooded figure dissolved into exit. Clara pursued. Chapter 5. Stairwell Intercept. Clara's combat boots hit metal treads. She caught the hooded figure, a slight woman, 2 floors up. They tussled. Hood fell. Inspector Russo. Clara. You crashed the auction? Russo, panting. Interpol's cyber forensics triggered the overlay. We had probable cause. Sirens outside. Dubai police. Russo showed warrant. Dubai authorities just froze Axiom Curations booths. But the fragment's NFT is still trading. Bidders switched to dark market chat. Blake joined them. If the sale moves off floor, whoever holds the papyrus still cashes in. Russo. Then stop the courier. Axiom's runner is heading to Desert Falcon airstrip with artifacts. Chapter 6. Desert Chase. Midnight. Leo commandeered a rented armored SUV. Mira loaded nitrogen safe boxes. GPS ping from Samir. Courier's van on E66 highway toward Al Maktoum Desert Strip. Hot wind blasted dunes. Ahead, headlights of a black sprinter van. Clara accelerated, sideswiped, forcing it off track. Sand plume. Blake and Mira vaulted out. Courier, mask, headset, pulled pistol. Clara disarmed him with Krav Maga elbow. In van's freezer compartment, lot 7 papyrus, plus 5 other Alexandria fragments. Mira tested one scrap, synthetic binder again. Open and shut forgery. But beneath false layers lay an older fragment, harder, brittle, with faint marginalia. Mira gasped. Carbon tracer read 2nd century BCE, genuine. Mira. They mixed real salvage with fakes to seed authenticity. Blake translated margin. Catalogue of ships, Ptolemy deposit. The notes referenced holdings shelf Sigma 17 at Serapeum branch, the lost annex. A chill. This could be the earliest inventory of the library, Blake whispered. Chapter 7. Code Red Ledger. Phone buzz. Leo. Dark market listing just updated. The curator offering 10 million USD for fragment with S17 margin. They want proof tonight. Courier chuckled. Too late. My drop code is auto-scheduled. He bit down on molar implant. LED on his watch turned red. Encrypted upload commencing via satellite. Leo shouted, signal launching from his watch. Clara smashed watch. Mira plunged fragment into nitrogen case for preservation. Leo traced partial upload. Endpoint masked by onion layers, but domain alias curatorgate.onion. They had an IP handshake. Chapter 8. The Curator's Call. Back at Marina Hotel Suite, they set containment field, nitrogen freezer, UV sterilizers. Russo patched Interpol networks. At 3:17 a.m., Leo intercepted a voice mod call routed through Turkish VPN. The curator, distorted. Mr. Blake, custody of Sigma 17 should be in impartial hands. Name your price. Blake, knowledge isn't a commodity. Curator, everything is, even ashes. Curator offered a choice. Deliver fragment to a Gulf cargo dhow at dawn. Receive 30 million US dollars and a lifetime non-interference clause. Refuse, and fabricated evidence would frame Blake's team for art forgery, extraditable. Chapter 9. Deep Fake Trap. 4 a.m. Leo found a glimpse snippet of Curator's upload, a video showing Blake forging papyrus. Timestamp tomorrow. AI generated but scarily convincing. Leo. They've prepared deepfake evidence to nuke us. Mira. We counter with truth. Authenticate S17 publicly before Curator's narrative sticks. But they lacked a neutral lab. Clara suggested Sharjah Manuscript Conservation Center opens at 6 a.m. Strict protocols outside Dubai jurisdiction. Russo could swing expedited clearance. Chapter 10. Authentication Race. At Sharjah Lab, Director Dr. Basima Al-Hassan performed micro-sampling. Results projected at 815 radiocarbon 220 to 180 BCE. Ink spectroscopy, iron gall variant with Egyptian ferrous ratio. Fiber morphology, Cyprus papyrus, Nile delta. S. excitase fragment, genuine. Blake exhaled. We hold a phoenix feather from Alexandria. But Dr. Basima frowned. Notice collagen traces on edge. Modern adhesive touched this within months. Meaning Axiom used real fragment to legitimize fakes. Russo's phone rang. Interpol HQ. Curator's press release just hit global feeds. Dubai police seize fake Alexandria scroll promoted by rogue book dealer Blake. They published AI video. Chapter 11. Spin and counterspin. Media storm erupted. #number sign. Scroll scam trending. Blake's reputation teetered. Leo sparked into overdrive. He frame-by-frame analyzed curator video. Inconsistent microshadows impossible under single light. Released rebuttal video citing forensic markers, while Mira live-streamed Sharjah's authentication procedure. But virality runs on outrage. Curator's narrative still dominated. Russo grimaced. We need physical coup de théâtre to sway public and financiers. Blake pondered. We give them the ashes. Chapter 12. The Ashes Gambit. Plan. Host public press event at Burj Khalifa observation deck at noon. Present Sigma 17 inside transparent furnace. Live stream choice. Either Global Consortium funds open access conservation or Blake will cremate the fragment, denying curator any monopoly. Risky. Could be perceived as blackmail, but flip script on curator's commodification. Mira balked. Burn history? Blake. Only if the world accepts curator's ownership model. It forces decision. Clara prepared furnace rig with fail-safe nitrogen flood. Russo secured venue via UAE Cultural Ministry, desperate to salvage Fair's legitimacy. Chapter 13. High-Rise Ultimatum. Noon sun glazed Burj glass. Media crews, museum directors, bidders assembled. Rourke, Contos, Yildiz, Al-Khoury, invitations off record. Blake addressed crowd. Fragment projected 30-meter hologram. Blake! This scroll survived 2 millennia, a library's flames, forgers' ovens. Now a shadow buyer wants to privatize it. I offer a public trust alternative. Donate to the Open Papyrus Initiative, granting scholars free access, or watch it return to ash by my hand. He set 5-minute countdown. Curator chatbots flooded livestream. Bluff, destroyer of heritage, give to experts. But fingertips tapped phones, pledges climbing. Yildiz pledged 2 million, Rourke 3. Al-Khoury, under PR glare, added 1. Museum consortiums joined. Tally surpassed, required $10 million for conservation endowment. Seconds left. Nitrogen flood engaged, saving fragment. Crowd exhaled. Blake sealed contract transferring Sigma 17 to UNESCO Trust. Chapter 14. Curator's Retort. Victory Brief. Leo's dashboard flared. Curator posted new drop. Axiom employee Samir found dead. Heat stroke. Police report staged. Curator message. Ashes withheld. Blood will suffice. Clara slammed table. He escalates. Russo vowed Interpol red notice for the curator alias. But who? Blake studied pattern. Deep fake mastery. Antiquities laundering, moralizing tone. Alba Machina, Mira suggested. Blake shook head. Different coding signature. This curator is flesh, not AI. Chapter 15. Echoes in the Ash. Evening, they met Dr. Bassima. She revealed Sigma 17 indexing all scrolls by shelf plus star symbol. One entry, star delta, new geometry of the sphere. Archimedes variant, a lost treatise. Blake smiled. Curator hunts knowledge bombs. 17 serves as treasure map. Leo cross-referenced last rumored location of Archimedes star delta, a monastery in Anatolia, acquired recently by Turcom Consortium. Yildiz's bidding earlier fits. Chapter 16. Betrayal in the Marina. They confronted Yildiz on her yacht. She admitted. The curator funded Turcom, providing capital to buy lacunae scrolls. In return, Turcom funnels shipping routes for artifacts. Curator's identity. A code name passed through encrypted sat phone. She never met. Blake pressed. Archimedes' star still in Anatolia? Yildiz nodded. Being extracted tonight. The curator hates middlemen. You've made yourself next ash offering. Gunshot cracked. Yildiz hit shoulder. Sniper from pier. Team ducked. Clara fired back. Yacht fled. Sniper escaped on jet ski, leaving Raven calling card. a likely misdirection. Chapter 17. Desert Reckoning. 1 a.m. Leo triangulated sniper's phone handshake. Abandoned solar farm in Liwa Desert. Team raced dunes in 4x4s, wind-carved dunes like vellum leaves. Inside control shack, holorig streaming auction dashboards. Sniper mask on desk, no person. Instead, large hourglass draining black sand. Note, time devours library men. Mira touched sand, magnetite shards, symbolic of iron gall ink. Blake grimaced. Curator taunts with metaphors. Russo radioed, Turcom convoy crossing Turkish border. Interpol mobilizing, but jurisdiction tricky. Season arc seeded. Chapter 18. Fading Embers. Back in Dubai, Fair dismantled. Rorke's NFT stands slumped. Investors reluctant. Axiom Curation's booth sealed. Clara checked Samir's phone, found unsent draft. Axiom curates for P. Ashworth Holdings. Blake recalled Ashworth, a private equity firm owning storage bunkers near Svalbard. Curator's logistic backbone. Chapter 19. Coda. The Curator's Library. In a frost-rimmed vault in Svalbard, a figure in archive gloves placed a new acquisition, the genuine Archimedes Delta Scroll, into a mylar sleeve. As he slid it onto shelf, soft LEDs revealed rows labeled Keystone 1 through Keystone 9. S17 sat now at Keystone 0. The curator, face unseen, closed the glass door, whispered, "Every fire needs kindling." He flipped a Raven emblem token onto a workstation, the same misdirection used in Dubai. On his monitor, Blake's Burge ultimatum played. The curator smiled behind reflection. Curator. Opponent identified. Bibliographic integrity requires stress tests. He began drafting a purchase order. Amaranth manuscript, initiate. Fade to black.